Hello. So we'll talk about a very important drug, calcium gluconate. Calcium gluconate is one drug which we use in number of our patients in operating room, in ICU setting who are critically ill. We need to know what are the indication of using calcium gluconate, what is the dose in various indication. Then we need to know that when I pick up an ampoule of calcium gluconate, how much calcium, elemental calcium or calcium we expect in that one ampoule. Then we need to know the conversion factor of calcium from milligram to millicoolant to millimoles. Those number of time doses are described in different with different units. So we need to know everything about it. And in this topic is that what we are going to discuss. So let us start our discussion with a simple knowing simple chemistry of calcium gluconate. What exactly is calcium gluconate? So calcium gluconate is calcium salt of gluconic acid, and gluconic acid is the oxidation product of glucose. So calcium gluconate is your calcium salt of gluconic acid. And what is gluconic acid? It is oxidation product of glucose. It is oxidation product of glucose, right? Okay. So when I pick up an ampoule of calcium gluconate, which is written, which we normally get is 10% calcium gluconate, 10 ml ampoule is what we are getting very commonly. So we have 10 ml of 10% ampoule available. And what does represent? How much calcium is present in that one ampoule of calcium gluconate? So 10% means that it is 10 gram in 100 ml. 100 ml of diluent, 100 ml of aqueous solution, right? So it is 10 gram in 100 ml of aqueous solution. So if I have 10 ml ampoule, this means we have 1 gram of calcium present in it. And this 1 gram represents how much of elemental calcium? It represents 93 milligram of elemental calcium. So this represents 93 milligram of elemental calcium, right? So what is available to us in one ampoule of 10 ml is 93 milligram. So 1 ml would contain 9.3 milligram of elemental calcium. So if I convert milligram into millimole and milliequivalents, what should be the conversion factor? So first let us not talk about the elemental calcium. Let's talk about simple, the 1 gram calcium. How would I convert gram into millimole into milliequivalent? So 1 millimole is equal to 40.45 milligram, which is equal to 2 milliequivalents, right? So 1 millimole is equal to 40.45 milligram, which is equal to 2 milliequivalents. See, valency of calcium is 2. So 1 millimole would be 2 milliequivalents, right? Because valency is 2. Right? So millimole is the molar concentration and milliequivalents is number of ions present in the aqueous solution. So 1 millimole becomes 2 milliequivalent for a compound, for an element which has a valency of 2. So 1 millimole is 2 milliequivalent. Okay. For elemental calcium, 1 millimole of elemental calcium is equal to 24.3 milligram of elemental calcium. So little bit there's a difference in elemental calcium conversion factor, but you should remember just normal milligram. Don't go for elemental calcium, because elemental calcium we know it is 93 milligram in total 10 ml. So in 1 ml it would be 9.3 milligram of elemental calcium, and total 10 ml contains 1 gram of calcium. 1 gram of calcium. Okay. So this is how the conversion factor and everything works. Now let us see what are the indication of calcium gluconate. Now the most important indication of calcium gluconate is hypocalcemia, of course. So in severe symptomatic hypocalcemia, how we would replace the calcium would be different. In mild to moderate to severe, it would be different. In mild hypocalcemia, it would be different. So we will discuss in all three conditions what would be the dose which we have to give. So first indication is of course hypocalcemia. And you know, hypocalcemia leading to cardiac arrest, hypocalcemia leading to let's say cardiotoxicity, everything is treated by your calcium gluconate. Now second indication is your hyperkalemia. We use calcium gluconate in treatment of severe hyperkalemia. How does it work? I'll talk about it. Then there are few more indication with off-label indication. We use calcium gluconate in treating beta blocker toxicity and also calcium channel blocker toxicity. And there is one product, acid, hydrofluoro, right? Hydrofluoro acid burn caused by this acid can also be very effectively treated by calcium gluconate gel. So I will talk about all these things. So third indication would be, we use it in beta blocker toxicity. Beta blocker toxicity. We use it in calcium channel blocker toxicity, right? We use it in hydrofluoric acid burn, hydrofluoric acid burn. So in all these conditions, we are using calcium gluconate. So let us see in different conditions, how does calcium gluconate work? So what is the role of calcium gluconate in hyperkalemia management? So if hyperkalemia has resulted in cardiotoxicity, which is showing, which we are seeing in the ECG with ECG changes, right? We are seeing with ECG changes, or if it has led to hyperkalemia is the cause of cardiac arrest, immediately we administer our patient calcium gluconate, right? We administer our patient calcium gluconate. So how does calcium gluconate work in hyperkalemia? See, calcium gluconate causes a stabilization of cardiac myocyte. Your potassium, which is causing toxicity on the conduction because of its toxic effect on the conduction, right? What calcium gluconate is doing, it is stabilizing the membrane, opposing the action of potassium, but it is not decreasing the serum potassium level. So when we give calcium gluconate to the patient, meanwhile we also start giving drugs to decrease the serum potassium level, right? We try to stabilize the heart by giving calcium gluconate. So the role of calcium gluconate in hypercalcemia, see what hypercalcemia do? Hyperkalemia, not calcemia. Hyperkalemia do? Hyperkalemia causes cardiac arrhythmia. Cardiac arrhythmia. And this can lead to cardiac arrest, right? So what calcium gluconate do? It prevents this cardiac arrhythmia to happen by stabilizing the cardiac cells membrane, cardiac cell membrane, right? So calcium gluconate stabilize cardiac cell membrane, right? So basically it is protecting the myocyte from toxic effect of potassium. So it protects myocyte from potassium, right? But it does not decrease potassium. So meanwhile the calcium gluconate is protecting, we need to give drugs which decreases the serum potassium level. Got it? Okay, so what is the role of calcium gluconate in hypermagnesemia? What magnesium does? Magnesium blocks the calcium and the potassium channel, both extracellular and intracellular. So when we give calcium gluconate, it directly antagonizes the action of magnesium. So what magnesium does is, magnesium blocks calcium and potassium channel, right? Both intra and extracellular, both intracellular and extracellular. Okay, what calcium does? Calcium directly antagonize the effect of magnesium at site of action, site of action. So whatever is the site of action, you are getting my point? Wherever the calcium gluconate is acting, magnesium is acting, the calcium directly antagonizes that effect, whether it could be neuromuscular junction, wherever it is acting. Got it? So that's how it is acting in hypermagnesemia. Then role of calcium gluconate in beta blocker and calcium